tonight.
Hello, welcome back to Roll for Damage. Today, we are starting a new mini-series called Making Monsters. And today, I'm going to show you how to make the Beholder. Stick around, this is going to be fun. Today in Making Monsters, we are making a Beholder. I'm going to start by marking the eyes and the mouth. I'm going to take an X-Acto knife, and then I'm just going to notch out the bottom of the eye at a downward angle. I don't want to cut out the entire eye because I want the eye to sit flush, not flush, and vertical in his eye. That way I could build up an eyelid around it. Next I'm going to take that X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to lightly cut around where the mouth opening is going to be, and then go in at a beveled angle, kind of to give it like a Pac-Man mouth. Then I'm going to take it and just kind of hollow it out a little bit more because I want there to be plenty of room for the teeth that we're going to put in this thing. There you go. It looks like a Pac-Man. So I'm going to go and take the hot glue. I'm going to build the eye up just slightly. I don't want to do too much at once because the hot glue will melt styrofoam. So I just slowly letting it cool and then add, and I was blowing on it. And then I went and filled the mouth up with hot glue. And it's okay if that kind of melts because that just gives the mouth the added depth anyway. So what I'm going to do here is I have pipe cleaners. I took 2 pipe cleaners, cut them into 4 segments. Roughly, I didn't, measure them to the exact 1/8 of an inch. It's not that important. However, I'm putting the arms in where I think they should go, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the hot glue to them as I'm going. I didn't want to wait I didn't want to do it beforehand and have the angles at the wrong viewpoints for the eyes that will be attached to them. And if you do it on the fly with the hot glue while they're attached, it's still pliable while that glue is still hot. And you could shape the arms to the direction you need them to swing. And here I'm going to attach tiny little googly eyes, just like his main eye, to the very ends of all of his arms. This was the hardest part, trying to put those little things on that hot glue. Half the time they were sticking to my needle nose pliers. But eventually I got it. Alright, so now we are going to take the bamboo skewers, or if you have toothpicks, and make teeth. Now, I cut the skewers a little longer than they needed to be because I wanted them to be pushed into the styrofoam for added support. I wanted that extra durability for the teeth. And there was a single row, and then I'm going back and I'm adding hot glue for gums, and then taking additional points and toothpicks and putting in another mangled, gnarly row of teeth. That way it looks ferocious, it doesn't look so organized. It definitely looks like a creepy little I guess a giant beholder coming to eat you, and it gives it a really, really fun appearance. This thing was so much fun to make. I had a blast doing this. There you go, look at those teeth, huh? Alright, so I went and covered the entire rest of the ball with hot glue and gave it a texture that I wanted. And then now what you see me doing is I pulled a bunch of hot glue at the bottom, and then I'm just tapping that hot nozzle and dragging the glue downward. That way it gives it that slimy appearance that beholders have. I went back, cut off all the wisps and the flyaways, painted it flat black, and as you could tell I wasn't too worried about total coverage because I'm having multiple colors going this thing. I wanted my beholder to look a little fleshy, which is why I have a mixture of red and brown, but the way I mixed it, I didn't want it to be a solid color. So I don't know if you could tell from the video, but it's more of a spiral of the red and brown paint together, And then wherever that color landed on the beholder was fine with me. I didn't want a solid textured colored to begin with. So once that dried, I went back with a darker brown and added that for its final color. I didn't put any highlights. I wanted mostly lowlights. Here I'm painting its teeth. That's a mixture of yellow and white to give me a cream base. And then I'm going back and adding, teeth, but I'm going all the way to the gums and all around behind the teeth, getting as much coverage as I can. You don't want to leave just half a tooth painted. That looks horrible.